Hello, everyone, and welcome. This will be my part one redo, as my first part, way back when I first started this game, got deleted. Now that I've completed the game and jumped back into hard mode, I can re record my experience with the beginning of the game for your viewing pleasure. This will also be my review of the game. It'll come at the end. That way, if someone, for whatever reason, wants to watch part one before they watch part two of this playthrough, they can see it and then have an opportunity to leave before my spoiler-free review tells them how I feel about the game. Yeah, that sounds good. I like that. I hope if you're out there hearing my beautiful voice, you're having a good day. And if it's Sunday, May 10th, 2020, you're listening to this, I wish someone significant to you a happy Mother's Day. And if it's not who you're watching sometime in the future, or you're a time traveler, then, don't do that. That's weird. Don't just wish people happy Mother's Day. Random February 13th, 2026. Sweet maca. Delicious. So, I do not at the moment intend to do a full hard mode playthrough of this game, mostly because I am optimistic they will either add more DLC content that is a bit more varied than just replaying the game over, or I can save a replay of this game until the part 2 of the Final Fantasy VII Remake is announced. That way I can jump in, get a refresher of, the story in the game, depending on how long it takes for them to get a release out there, and then have that kind of fresh in your mind. Same idea set of replaying OG Final Fantasy VII right before this came out. As I knock everything around the room. If you're curious about the next playthrough on this channel, it'll be a Patapon 2 remastered playthrough. I think at the moment it's going to be commentary-less just because of the nature of the game, and the rhythm aspects make it very difficult to talk simultaneously with it.
Get down here, Merc.
Now, I have been doing some of the post-game content, but I haven't leveled up all the HP ups and MP ups that I want to do the final battle with the secret boss and everything. I'll probably do that much later when I do an actual hard mode replay. I'm gonna go try lightning field. I only believe in
halt! Who goes there?
You're up.
You're coming with us. Nice and easy.
Don't think so. Not bad. See ya.
Level 7 achieved. Oh wait, what? 50? That reference doesn't make sense.
Who in the hell? Hands where I can see them.
Have fun.
Freeze!
Go ahead. Not bad.
Drop the weapon!
You got this.
Yeah, what he said. You're coming with us.
Can't get surrounded.
I didn't even see that guy. He's just dead now. That's just how it be sometimes in this video. Okay. Knowing that all the chests have items in them, I have to resist the temptation to open every chest. But you do have to break every box. It's a really important.
So what's Soldier Boy's deal? Is he one of us now? He's got balls, this, what was his name again?
Cloud.
Frank.
Cloud Strife.
Right.
And he isn't a
Franklin
soldier
Jr.
anymore. Still, he's a professional, unlike the rest of us. I'm glad to have him.
This is a one-time gig. When it's done, we're done.
Real joy to work with, though.
Real joy to look at, too. Looks are what people notice first.
Guess I'm not on the same page as people.
I'd say you're not even reading the same book.
Enough. We're done here.
Or even the
Come on, nobody do something this crazy just for money. They may not think you're a true believer, but you know what I think?
Not interested.
What?
Wedge. You better be worth the money, Merc. Every last gill.
Get him, boy!
Guess you're first.
Floppy.
I see you.
Oh no.
Going in. Let's do this. Enough. Was never in doubt.
I should probably throw on a chopper or something to keep my health up.
Hey, Cloud! Elevator's over there! Catch up soon!
Do I even have cure on? That's a bit too cocky, right?
This way. Not so fast. We've got company.
This will be quick. That'll do. All good. Let's finish this. Not bad.
I think fire might be preferable, but I don't typically have difficulty with enemies.
There's one! Get him!
Nothing to it.
What a bright, sunshiny night.
Soldiers may attack on command, but I hear they make good guard dogs too. Bet you've seen a few reactors. So how do we get to the bridge above Mako storage? Ain't holding out on me, are you? Stamp scared to bite the hand that fed him? Or is he a loyal little doggy? Have it your way, Mutt. We can do this with you, or we can do this without you.
Different reactor, different layout. Depends when it was built. Never seen one like this, but I'll manage.
In 3, 2... Damn, I'm good.
Who's there? Door! Oh, wait! It's over!
That's my line.
He's alone! We can take him! Make it rain!
We're back.
Then let's move.
He always knows just what to say.
Cut it out.
Oh, Jesse.
It's a good thing I know someone who can get us the passcodes. Pity no one else at command will talk to us, but what can you do? Then we're good.
Careful in there. I got this place covered.
So, you know Tifa, right? It's not really my business, but are you guys close?
We're married, actually. We've been married for 3 years. And it would be very appreciated if you didn't bring it up again.
Cloud! Are you ignoring me?
Tifa and I...
These sewer rats appear to call themselves Avalanche, sir. We are currently investigating whether they belong to the same group that made the attempt on your life. Rest assured, our inquiries will not take much longer.
This pump's sole purpose is to drain the planet dry. While you sleep, while you eat, while you shit, it's here sucking up Mako. It doesn't rest, and it doesn't care. You do realize what Mako is, don't you? Mako is the lifeblood of our world. The planet bleeds green like you and me bleed red. The hell you think's gonna happen when it's all gone, huh? Answer me!
That gun looks
You
so
gonna
cool.
stand there and pretend you can't hear the planet crying out in pain? I know you can!
You really hear that?
Damn straight I do!
Get help.
Say that again!
I'd worry less about the planet and more about the next 5 seconds. Save the screaming for later.
I'll save the screaming for whenever I want.
Our lives are on the line now. You listening, Merc? One false move. And that happens.
Well, so much for having Cloud do all the fighting. There are some places a sword just can't reach. Just bear with him for me, would you?
Yeah.
Should have asked for more money.
Gonna throw your sword at him? Let the man with the gun go to work. These tin cans ain't got nothing on me. Want some more? See ya! Suck on this! Choke on it, asshole!
No time to celebrate.
Whoa. Yeah, I didn't use Barret in the last fight.
Look what we have here.
The laser security
Oh,
system.
yes.
Great.
I had a
Those
thought.
things will hurt more than your pride if you're careless. They'll cut you down
Cloud
to
says
size
that
and
you
then
should
some.
ask for more money.
But I'm guessing you've done this kind of thing before.
So I played Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And
Figure out
one
the
of the
timing
big
of
things
the
about Dungeons and Dragons
Then
is
make a move when they cycle
gold
off.
is like the main
Exactly.
currency for
I'll
adventurers.
go first. Nothing like a little danger to get the blood pumping.
Everyone else
Hey!
uses copper and silver, but as an adventurer,
Just keep
you're
those
always
baby
rating twos
blues
and
of
getting a
yours
bunch
on
gold.
me.
So, everyone's like the entire commerce system just falls apart instantly, and so with Gil, like we know how much it buys you in like terms of weapons and maybe a potion or something, but like daily commerce isn't conducted in Gil, and so I'm curious if they'll ever like do any sort of non-combat based like commerce in a way to push like a town where you can buy food or something. But you know, whatever. I'm just making small talk with myself.
Pay more attention.
Help. I fucking hate time puzzles.
I'm glad that's over with. Look. They don't call those things sweepers for nothing. They can wipe out a whole squad in seconds.
Not if you wipe the floor with them first.
Ha! We can take this hunk of junk!
That hunk of junk is a heavy weapons platform. If we rush in, we die.
Is that right?
Need to hit it with magic. That should give us an opening. Now's our chance. Go!
Don't need to tell me twice. I'm gonna enjoy this.
Don't stop now.
Let's do this. Hope you don't mind. Everyone's coming out.
No holding back.
Gotcha.
Oh, you simple.
Of course. It just had to get back up.
Can we knock it?
What are you, 20-something?
First. Huh? Soldier first class. Doesn't go into the 20s.
The hell you talking about? I mean your age, not your goddamn rank. Though for all I know, a soldier's rank could be the same as his age. Guess that make you a 1-year-old, huh? Live and learn.
That's our target, the reactor core. Gotta set the bomb at the bottom. Let's get down there.
God damn. I can practically taste tobacco in here. Hurry it up. My heart's pounding like a jackhammer.
Scared, huh?
More like excited. I've been dreaming about this for years.
Heads up, boys. The end's in sight.
Deal with that.
Yeah, I'll do it.
At this point, I'm gonna have to start using ATP to
we
heal.
sink right down to the bottom. To the planet's core.
No. The pump.
How come?
Right.
Guess it's my turn. And there you have it.
Whatever. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this.
All right, let's see if Little Stamp really can bite the hand that feeds. Go on. Do the honors. Prove to me you're the man Tifa says you are. That you're one of us.
Never said I was. I'm just here for the paycheck.
Then do the damn job!
I think that's one of my favorite lines in the entire game.
What's wrong?
I'm fine. What about the timer?
Your call, Merc.
What? There's only one option?
Pretty cocky, ain't you?
I hate the illusion of choice.
You double-crossing!
Heads up!
What in the hell? Hey, how the hell do we fight this thing?
Here we go. Shit!
Should I be worried? We barely scratched the damn thing.
Didn't I tell you to use magic?
Thought you were full of shit.
Think whatever you want. Just do it. Calling lightning.
Hell yeah! You see the damage I did?
Keep it up. You're done. Keep it up.
Let's kick it up enough. The hell is that?
A barrier? Never seen this defense system before.
Thought you were the expert.
So what's your brilliant plan, genius?
It's my time to shine.
Or go down in flames.
If we don't change it up soon, this thing's gonna kill us both.
Less talking, more shooting.
How about less lip from you?
Bam! That didn't work either. Let's do this. Bounced right off.
Nice try, dumbass.
Frontal assault's no good.
Need my help, do you? Big time. Want some more? Ooh, gotta love it. Damn pain in the ass. Damn it. This thing is tough.
It wouldn't be much of a weapon if it went down easy.
Don't compliment the giant scorpion. You scared of something? Want some more? Bring in the heat. You ain't nothing.
I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Let's speed things up. You got this.
Focus. Find a way. There! Attack it from the rear.
Aye, soldier boy. Show me what you got.
I'm waiting. Don't just fight. Adapt. Here it comes. Focus.
Playing so slow.
Come on. Buzz off. No effect on target. Now, hit it hard and fast.
Oh, you're in for it now!
Just shoot!
That's all! Suck on me! Let's bring it home!
Let's do this. Don't overdo it.
All right! Watch and learn! Damn it! You're up!
I got you. Don't you... Going in.
Gotta love it.
Call it and keep it together.
People check what the refund is on the staggered opponent. Like 20%.
Watch the tail. You don't want to be hit by that laser.
Huh? So, what do we do?
Don't get hit. Take cover behind that debris. Don't overdo it.
Yeah!
What?
Hang back.
It's wide open! Gonna light it up!
Here it comes. Try this. Gotta memorize the attack patterns. Come on. Gotta heal up.
Yeah, okay. Maybe don't carry everything.
Keep it together. Heads up! Tail laser!
I see it!
Then take cover already!
Give 'em hell!
I got this.
It's wide open! Gonna light it up!
Don't overdo it.
All right!
Nothing personal.
That's the boy!
That goes down so fast.
Oh, hell! What's it doing now?
An auto repair unit. Damn it. We gotta take it out quick or we're screwed.
Oh, I am way ahead of you, Merc.
Gotta time our attacks just right. Hold out until you spot it open. It's down. Rain hell on it.
Ain't gotta tell me twice.
There goes another. Now's our chance to do some real damage. Let's finish this. Here it comes. Now's our chance.
Let's do this. Choke on it. Give it all you
got
got.
Don't let it.
And that's the game. Yeah, I see a lot of the reviews and subreddit that said a lot more involved in this
Shit, the bomb!
20 minutes until detonation.
You hear that? Damn thing showed you how it's done.
Come on, we've got to move.
Wedge should be covering our way out. Go, go, go!
You know, it seems like those grappling hooks would be standard issue for Avalanche members. The ones we get later in the game.
Concentrate. Not bad.
Just for situations such as this, where a robot uses its laser to smash through the entire reactor, you know, the scorch marks literally everywhere.
You okay?
Do I look okay? Help a girl out, would you? My hero!
Hey! We'll link up over there! Look after Jesse!
Come this way! This route should lead us straight to Barret. Probably. I think I see an exit. Come on! Don't look back! Let's go, let's go, let's go! We're running out of time!
Shut up and climb. You're not helping.
Sorry, it keeps me focused. I'll freak out if I don't talk.
Have it your way.
This game's sponsored by Burger King. When you're here,
Barret!
I've got you covered! Find us a way out of here!
But then...
Don't worry, I'll be fine. I've got Soldier Boy with me.
I really think that's one of the melee weapons pets.
Soldier Boy.
They're here! Take them down!
We don't have time for this shit! It's our ticket!
Cool it. 5 seconds is all we need.
Get your ass out of here! Let's go. The other way. Gotta get the hell out of here ASAP.
You got that right. Buzz off. Here it comes.
Fuck on this!
Whatever. No holding back. Open ready. No time to celebrate.
I really find myself wanting to use Infinity's End more. The stagger rate just decreases so fast. It never worked with JTV. The enemies never stagger at the point where hey, look at that AP game.
That was nothing.
Grievous error.
No time to celebrate. Give me a break.
Guess it's my turn. Got a hole in the wheel. So long. You got this.
I'm waiting.
What happened?
He's dead. Here we go. Go again. This might hurt. Good enough.
Keep it together.
You don't look so good. Take care of those wounds before you bleed out.
No time to celebrate.
Man, I got the same ending line 3 times in a row.
Sir.
I just love the idea of having an app that just says destroy everything on the cell phone. It's like, hey, initiate total literally everything.
Come on!
Doors open. Pick up the pace, people.
Can you walk?
If I couldn't, believe me, you'd be the first to know.
I'll take that as a yes.
Marco Jones!
Okay, that was pretty cool. All right, come on.
The more I think about it, the less Shinra makes sense as a company. They have some of the most aggressive self-destruct features you would ever expect built into their systems. Like, why would you need the ability to have all your robots malfunction with the push of a button? Why would you have the foresight to just destroy
Looks like we made it.
literally an entire
And
plate
with nothing but a few
with
scratches to show.
one sacrificial lamb pushing a button at the top of the
You
plate?
might have overdone it.
I followed the instructions to the letter. Maybe it triggered a reaction with the Mako?
Well, let's hope the city's still in one piece.
But the planet's what matters, right? I mean, this must have helped some.
After all that, it had better have. Anyway, let's get going. We in Sector 8?
That'd be just down there.
All right then, lead the way.
You got it. Huh. Watch out for live wire.
And that'll do it for this part. Up next, I'll probably just throw on some gameplay from when I was doing the hard mode challenges, mute it, and then give my review of the game. So, if you like this video and don't want to see the review, be sure to watch the rest of the series in the playlist. And if you're coming here after watching the entire series, thanks so much for watching. And if you just watched 1 or 2 episodes, thanks too. Be sure to honestly just live your life. I don't need to tell you what to do. You don't need to like, comment, and subscribe. I don't care. You just do whatever you want. Welcome to my review of Final Fantasy VII Remake. So first about me, my perspective is from that of a lifetime game player who played Final Fantasy VII on the PS1 Classic as a child. For me, I'll be covering the gameplay, story, and replayability aspect for this game, as well as lightly touching on how I feel it compares to the previous edition without heavily grounding my review in the past, because this is a different game. So, starting from the gameplay perspective, it's a refreshing adaptation that does a great deal more with the battle mechanics, but it features a decreased amount of variability, especially in the form of the decreased materia variability. That might be a aspect of it just being the beginning of the game, so that's just something to keep in mind. In my opinion, the battle mechanics have a high skill ceiling that's fluid and fast-paced and has enough challenge with its ATB light system that the gameplay does deliver a lot for your starting entry into what is going to be, in my mind, a very large series. The important thing to think of is that this is a review of the Final Fantasy VII Remake game and not a comparison to the original. So it's difficult to, for me, think of, oh, well, they should have had all material, they should have had / all material, they should have had this and that, and think just of what they did with the material that they added in this game. That's important to keep in perspective as I go through my thoughts with respect to this. So, one of my gripes about the game is that combat, it does feel heavily weighted towards the use of magic, because magic provokes a lot of the stagger and pressure mechanics a lot faster than any given physical skill, which, although it does promote getting up to stagger, most enemies have weaknesses associated with magic, and it's not easy to kind of break through some of those with just melee. And there's not like a comparable 2,000 damage melee attack that you're going to get for the same amount of ATB of casting Thundaga or Fireга against a boss that's weak to it. My next comment is about summons and their usability. In this portion of the game, summons really feel like they just add stats and don't have a lot of clear, decisive use cases in battle. No time did I ever think that, oh, summoning Leviathan was the right thing to do, or summoning Bahamut was the most tactically relevant thing to do with my ATB for any sort of combat encounter. So they just feel kind of tacked on and don't really stand out as a clear, logical first case scenario as a thing to do. The non-combat portions of gameplay suffer from a few pacing issues that have a lot of forced waiting, in my opinion. There's a lot of holding triangle to interact with doors or to jump over a pit that doesn't really offer any sort of resistance. And so these sections tend to drag out the amount of the game, and they're not particularly interactive. For example, there's a segment where Tifa has to climb monkey bars to get from one side of the Shinra building to the other. But there's no player input that can make this smoother. There's no player input that can have unforeseen consequences. And this just very much feels like a cutscene where I have to hold the thumbstick in a direction to get through it, more so than something that I'm involved in as a player. Back to combat, describing the variability of combat best comes with the various playable characters. Each character handles well and has unique game mechanics that they bring to bear that make for a good amount of variety to combat. You get Cloud with his stance switching and counterattacks. You get Barret with his range and his tank stats, where he has a bunch of use cases for soaking up damage. You have Aerith with her heavy focus towards magic and her ability to modify magic to do more. And then you have Tifa with her fighting game style combo ability, which really brings a lot for the combat within this game. Moving on to the story review, I feel like this limited Midgar section does accomplish a great deal of character development, suspense, while still keeping that JRPG level of fantasy intrigue into it. The transition of characters from big text boxes in the original to voice actors is done really well, and it keeps this depth of relationship growing between the characters and the players as more and more of these scenes are acted out in front of you. I did like the introduction, personally, of the Whispers and understand the purpose of what they're doing for the story. And I am excited to see what the story brings next. Not just due to the graphical updates, but because of the way they executed it so well in this. As far as if I was to think with no nostalgic background about the Final Fantasy VII Remake playthrough, I think that the story delivers a lot with the amount of time it has. And although the gameplay does struggle with a little bit of those pacing issues, the story tells itself in a bunch of different ways and a bunch of interesting hooks that keeps a player interested. The big showy dance sequences are funny, and the characters are brought to life in a way that the dialogue is really rich and rewarding. So even if you take those nostalgia goggles out and separate just the combat from the story, it has the JRPG feel to it, and a little bit of the JRPG, like, you know, anime protagonist abilities where people's power levels skip in cutscenes and that kind of issue, but still comes across as fun and interesting. Next section is the replayability aspect. So the game itself plays through in the combat story chapter section, and at the very end you open up with the introduction to hard mode. For me, the replayability of this game is very hit or miss. Hard mode does create new boss mechanics. It creates MP management, where it's a bit more mental of how you manage resources in order to get through content, where you can't just use items to supplement and kind of force your way through difficult situations. But the story doesn't adapt or change in a significant enough manner for me to want to jump back into it right after finishing the easy or the normal difficulty playthrough. For me, the way this feels, I think a hard mode boss rush would feel more appropriate for just the way I kind of see it. I do get the idea of having hard chapters, but I don't immediately feel like rushing back in to complete the story a second time. I feel like I'd just be skipping cutscenes. My idea is that it does have a lot of replayability, but not until we have a next part that's announced and kind of get an idea of what value added you'll get from maybe carrying over a hard mode save, or just refreshing yourself on the story if it's months in the future after having played a different catalog of games, right? Now, that's my opinion. Other people are enjoying and platinuming this game immediately, and it's just me as a player. I don't typically like to jump back into games just on the merit of this new mode needs to be 100%ed, right? I did enjoy the combat simulator, and when that was introduced, it was the first thing I jumped into for hard mode, and I felt that is something more akin to what I like, where it's new, but I don't have to kind of slog through stories and cutscenes that I'm already familiar with, where there's not going to be any new content in order to kind of get a new challenge, right? So that's specific to me, and a lot of people have counter arguments to that, right? So overall, I feel like this game really did both justice to the past while taking the source material and kind of pushing it much further. Characters are deeper. You feel attachment much more than you did when, in my opinion, you may have lost a side character that didn't get fleshed out in the first game. And I know I shouldn't be saying it's the first game, but in the classic Final Fantasy VII, the characters are fleshed out more, and there's weightier consequences to the story and your interactions with those characters. So I give this game my seal of approval. I think it's a great game to add to your PS4 library, and has tons to offer, and I am super excited to see what else comes from this series. So if you like listening to me talk to you, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below for more videos and content. If you're super interested, the next gameplay that I'll be doing is a Patapon 2 remastered playthrough on this channel with no commentary. So look forward to that in your subscription box if you are following. Thanks so much for watching, listening, and all your support. Goodbye from Silent H Gaming.